Welcome to Reckless Paradise, everyone. I'm your host, Marissa, and I'm here with my co-host, Dystro. Say hi.
Hello, everyone.
Happy Thursday, everybody. I hope everybody's having a very good week. So far, my week's been really good.
Yeah, mine so far has been pretty good as well.
I've taken a lot of time for myself this week, like just in general, just to like focus on doing stuff that I enjoy doing on my own. Um, re-listening to albums that I haven't listened to in a while, which honestly, that's always a good thing to do, anyways. It's just like there's nothing like trying to give an album another chance that you didn't like the first time around. But
Mm.
yeah, plus I've been doing some artsy stuff. I got a couple things I'm going to be doing this weekend that I have in mind. But yeah,
Yeah, and knowing me, like I work and stuff like that, but I've been just doing my usual grind with YouTube and stuff. Been trying
yo,
to do different things. Uh, create memes. Have memes
I
that are
I would like to put in a recommendation.
okay.
Are you ready to hear it?
I'm all ears here at this
All
point.
right. If I were you, I would run it back with some Skate 3 stuff because right now on TikTok, Skate 3 is like blowing up. It's like resurging because of the fucking Jesus memes. Like, have you seen those?
Yeah, the
Jesus.
Jesus.
You gotta freaking run it back with Skate 3 on YouTube. I am telling you right now, you gotta.
I have one of your clips that you gave me, um, or well, you showed me the video of it. I just downloaded it, and I will put it out there on my YouTube probably within the next day or so, I guess.
Okay.
Because and plus, I'll give you credit because it's like it's your clip, that's your stuff. So, but yeah, like I've been trying to just do like UFC 3 stuff, but then I went back, to WWE 2K19 like the other day, and been trying to put my dabble my fingers into different pawns and stuff. So
Well, I like the content you're putting up, and I really hope people will check it out. I'll leave the link to his channel, obviously, in the link tree, like I usually do.
mm,
Anyways, without a further ado, let's get into tonight's episode. Thank you guys for joining us, by the way. I hope you guys enjoy. So we are officially wrapping up our ACDC album ranking that we have been doing the whole month. If you guys have not checked out parts 1 and 2, please go ahead and do so. Um, we just did, what did we do?
we just did
10 to
11
6.
or yeah 10 through 6. Yes.
And then part 1 will have numbers 17 to 11. So if you guys want to go check
Mhm.
those out, please do that before watching this episode if you haven't done so already. Today, we are doing our top 5. We are down to the last 5 albums of our rankings. And let me tell you, I'm putting on my boxing gloves because I already freaking know this is not going to end well.
Yeah, you could just hear in the background, ding ding ding.
I. God damn it.
Okay, hear me out though. It's like
Oops.
I think our top five is gonna be like it's gonna be way different. Let's be honest here, but I mean one of them is gonna be way different than our top four, our other four, I should say.
Hmm.
Um, just to tell you guys out there, it's like yes, like we do this stuff not like out of necessity, but we just do it because we love it. Um, we list. We don't we don't look at it unless we need to take notes. We're
Right.
like we said at the beginning, at the first part of this,
Yep.
we go completely blind.
Yeah, we're going in completely blind here. Like we don't know what we have on our list. Like for each other, it's a complete shocker every time.
But like I've said to Marissa too, like I did not want to change anything on my list. because like if I do, I'm gonna be going over it again and again and again and again, and I'm like, okay, I just gotta stop. uh, I didn't re-listen to any of the albums because it was just because I'm just like a one and done sort of person. Like if I listen to it once, I'm fine. But if I really need to listen to it again, like you did with Ball Breaker the other night,
Yes.
I'll listen to it again.
The only reason why I listened to Ball Breaker is because that was in my bottom four out of all the albums. That was ranked at
Yeah,
number 15 for me. Um,
yeah.
I told myself that there was an album I'd give another chance, it'd be Ball Breaker. And I did. I gave it a chance. My feelings still stand the same as they did before for the album, unfortunately. However, it's still a pretty good album, like for what it is.
Mhm.
Like I came across Hail Caesar and I didn't like that the first time around, but this second time around I actually liked it. So like it got me on board with another AC/DC song called Hail Caesar. So I'm like just
Hell
like
Sealer.
I'm tired as hell right now. But all right, so let's go with our number 5. What did you put?
I put blow up your video for number 5.
Ow. God
Okay.
ding ding ding.
Oh, here comes the right hook. um Now I know what you
Ouch.
might be thinking. I know what you might be
You
thinking.
suck. I'm kidding.
Hey, hey, at least I didn't put it in my bottom list, okay? I put it way up high.
Right.
Just just be good with that.
Right. Now did you want your mine or did you want to start spazzing out?
No, you go ahead with yours.
All right, my number 5 is Black Ice. Now, this album
Oh,
I also listened to this week.
oh, oh, okay. All right.
Ding ding. Oh man, we're only on number 5 and we're already at each other's throat.
Hey, you weren't as much as my throat with like what
For those about to rock,
no,
that
for those
was
about to rock.
a shock. Like I was like, what the fuck?
A
Um,
shocker.
so let's go with Black Ice real quick. So number 5, Black Ice for me. I actually re-listened to this album a couple nights ago just for the hell of it because I was in the mood too. Um, I liked this album from the start, like from the first time I listened to it.
Mhm.
And it is one of AC/DC's biggest selling albums ever next to Back in Black. Based off of what I've seen, it was like the biggest like debuting album of all time for AC/DC, again next to Back in Black. Um, it literally shot to number 1 in 29 different countries overnight. One of the biggest tours of all time for AC/DC as well. I remember hearing
Mhm.
about the tour for this album. It was massive. The turnout was massive for all these shows. And this might very well be the album of the century for AC/DC. Like, honestly.
Yeah, of the 21st
Yeah, the
century.
21st century. Since the 2000s, like, this is the album between 2000 to
Yeah,
now. Like, this is the album for them.
yeah. I put that weight like way higher for just for me.
So we'll get to
Uh,
your perspective when we
yeah,
get to it.
we'll get to my perspective. Um, I put okay. I put blow up your video at number 5. It's just because I think it's just because like the nostalgia is it's still kind of there, and it's like plus like Heat Seeker and
That's me.
shut it. Heat Seeker and oh god, what is the other one?
Main Street.
Mean Streak. Thank you. It was Heat Seeker and Mean Streak that like brought it up there on number 5 for me. Some of the other songs they were okay. Um but it's just because of Heat Seeker and Mean Streak. That's why I put it like way up in number 5.
Right. I got that way up on my list, so I will get to that
Oh
one.
yeah, I know.
Oh, yeah. So for Black Ice, my go to song. Oh man, there's a lot. That album is very long. There's 15 songs. It's their longest album to date.
If I had a recommendation, I would do either Wheels or is it Decibel
Decibel. I just heard that
or
one
Decibel?
recently too.
Yeah.
For me, it's either the first track, which is Rock and Roll Train, or the frick's the other one? Oh, Smash and Grab. That's like probably my number one favorite from that album, Smash and Grab.
Yeah, and also the title track, Black Ice.
Yeah, that's the ending track too. That's actually a really good closer too.
hmm
All right, number 4. I have Highway to Hell.
Ooh.
What's
Okay,
yours?
well that's what we differ on. I put Fly on the Wall for number 4.
No! Are you kidding?
We're already 2 things in, and we already just.
Wow, that just punched me in the freaking groin.
Hey, whoa, hey, whoa.
That just hurt. That just like.
Let me guess. Fly on the Wall was like either your number.
I ain't telling you where that fucking place. You gotta stop spoiling the shit. Oh my god, what are the sir?
Hey, my top 3 they're solid for me.
Boo.
Oh, boo! You why are you moving? You know I'm right.
All right, so Highway to Hell. This is the only Bon Scott album I have in my top 5. I'm gonna apologize for those who are huge Bon Scott fans. I love them too. I really do. I love both singers, but for me, Highway to Hell is Bon's best album in my personal opinion.
Yeah, I would say so.
I mean, like, that album was full of hits. Like, If You Want Blood, You Got It. Obviously, Highway to Hell, title track.
Night
Um,
Prowler.
Oh my god, that's like the best closing track to an album in
It
my
was the
opinion.
best opening and then best closing
Oh
for
my
that one,
god,
I'd say.
I love Night Prowler, and to think that's the final song we ever heard with Bon Scott on it.
I know not.
I
It's like
love him.
he gets up there with those notes, man.
He does, and like that album just has such a special spot in my heart because again, this was the final album that we had with Bon Scott.
Mhm.
Nobody knew what was going to happen to him in 1980, and it truly sucks. And we're actually approaching his anniversary of his death this Sunday, so we'll do a little special tribute to him at the opening of our next episode. But God bless his soul. Definitely, Night Prowler would be my recommendation for anybody to listen to. It's such a fucking good song. Top 5 song for me all the way.
For sure.
All right, let's hear what you guys say about Fly on the Wall.
Hey, hey. I could have put it way lower. Just
True.
remember that. I put Blow Up Your Ear and Fly on the Wall like at the top 5. Give me some slack.
Okay, now talk about.
Okay.
I'm eating sushi that I was supposed to eat yesterday, but I fell asleep.
So I think I put Fly on the Wall at number 4. It's a very good album. The only problem is it's just because of the production. It could have been way better if the production was better. That's
Yeah,
just my own like little like nitpick with it. I mean,
that's a
other
lot
than
of
that,
people's nitpick with that album, to be
yeah,
honest.
it's just because it just doesn't. It kind of sounds like when we listen to Cheshire Cat.
Oh
It's like
yes.
the the production wasn't there.
Just about don't what let you know. Just about don't let you know.
What the
I love that
God?
song. I'm sorry.
God damn it.
I love that song.
Okay. We're not even 15 minutes in. um,
Now, what song would you recommend from Fly on the Wall for everybody?
I would say Sink the Pink.
Hmm. Now, disclaimer: that track was also on Who Made Who, but
Mhm.
either way, I love that song. It's actually kind of a favorite for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Oh man, we are getting down to the wire. We have
The nitty
three
gritty.
left.
Yeah, the nitty gritty.
All right, number 3. I've got the Razor's Edge.
Okay. So I put Stiff Upper Lip for number 3.
Ah, there she is. Now, this one I put at number 13.
And I was super salty. I was
I
super salty.
know. It's just because like I had mentioned in part 1, with Stiff Upper Lip, this was one of my childhood favorites. Only because my dad used to skip through all the songs you didn't want to hear. So like me as a kid never got to hear the full album. So when we listened to it, I was really fucking disappointed. I'm like, really? Like I can see why my dad skipped some of these songs. Like once we got to like a certain point of the album, I'm like, okay, I just want this to be over with. Like it was kind of one of those feelings. And it sucks. Like it hurts me to say that because childhood me loved that album growing up. And again, I didn't get to hear all the songs as a kid, but from what I heard, I loved it. Like fucking 8-year-old me was jamming out in the back of the car. Um, but yeah. So why did you put it at number 3? I'm really, really curious to hear about this.
Okay, so when we started the whole pilgrimage, and stuff, when we got to Stiff Upper Lip, I was like, okay, I had listened to it beforehand,
Mm-hmm.
and I really enjoyed it. Even though, yes, like some people may not agree with me, and it's
Right.
okay to disagree, but I really enjoyed it. Like I really did.
Right,
Like
and that's good, you know, like
it's
to
it,
one to each their own. Like
yeah. It was like it like yeah, like it didn't sell like not like Back in Black or Black Ice did, but it's just like it was 2000 and it was like what like going into like it was like 90s, so it was like kind of like getting out of that grunge era,
yeah, we
kind of.
were kind of getting out of the grunge era. We were approaching the 2000s era of rock and roll music, which sparked a lot of brand new bands at this time.
Yeah.
Dad
Um
rock was also huge, but
yeah, it was like it was just one of those albums like yeah, it's like I said, like it's not everybody's favorite, but it was like, hey, I liked it. That says something.
like, and my ranking is not even just because of the general population of like what they're saying. My
It's just
ranking
because
just
of your
my personal ranking, like
yeah,
just because
your
of my personal feelings. Like I'm not letting like outside audiences kind of persuade me into what I should rank it as. I ranked it just for myself. Like I personally was disappointed. Like, and it sucks. It really makes me sad to say that I was disappointed. But yeah, the general population they actually call it one of ACDC's kind of weaker albums from the 2000s to now era. Like between the 4 albums that came out between 2000 and now, that was their weaker one next to Rock or Bust.
well, Rock and Bust was a bust, so
It was pretty weak, I can say.
it
But
was really weak.
what would be a track you'd recommend from Stiff Upper Lip?
Um, if you're feeling bluesy, I would say Satellite Blues, maybe.
Ooh, okay. Now I
Uh,
know we both like Safe in New York City.
Safe in New York City.
I love the music video too. Like they're in like a little underground like subway kind of like tunnel,
Underground Tunnel,
and
yeah.
there's like cops everywhere, and oh, it's so cool. Oh boy. Well, we're on to the top two, and I already know ours are completely different.
Oh, yeah, obviously.
All right, what is your number two?
Number two is Highway to Hell.
Okay, there you go. That's I can see that. Mine number two is Blow Up Your Video.
I kind of figured that.
All right, so let's hear it. You have to say about Highway to Hell.
Like you said when you went through Highway to Hell, it's like it's a good, solid album, like from top to bottom.
Oh my, yes, it's Bond's best work in my opinion.
Like yeah, for real. Like I don't know if there's an actual video for Night Prowler. If there is, like I've got to see it because
I'm gonna go look for you.
it's like it's it's such a good song, and like there's actually like backstory behind it too, which like we'll get to in like a future like topic, but it's just because of the drum work and the guitar work and the bass and Bond's vocals and stuff. It's like it all meshes very well together.
Yeah,
It's
there is no music video for that, unfortunately.
damn. I know they're
Yeah,
from the lyric video somewhere probably too, but um it's like it's such a good song and I
it
love it
is.
so much. Um like because I remember like I think you were talking about Night Prowler, and you were like, "You've got to listen to this song." Like when we listened to Highway to Hell, I was like, "Okay." So, like me being the person that I am, sometimes I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna take a little sneak peek at like Highway to Hell and stuff. I listened to that whole thing maybe 3 times,
Wow.
and I was like, "Oh my god!" I was like, I was like,
It's really good. I'm actually kind of happy you put it at number two. I can respect that.
"Yeah,
Big W right there. Now, this album, Blow Up Your Video, for me, I originally ranked this at number eight, believe it
wow,
or not. And
wow."
this album is the reason why For Those About to Rock got pushed from number five to number six. Because originally I had that album at number five. But Blow Up Your Video took my number two spot. This album fucking shook me to my core. This album blew me away, literally. Um, I listened to this album twice. This was just an amazing album. I There's no songs that I could skip on this album. And reminder, when we went into this album, I only knew one song off this album, and it was Heat Seeker. Now I know every single one by heart. And lately I have been obsessed with Two Zep. Two Zep is really good. It's a longer song. I think it's about 5 minutes long. But Two's Up is really good. And I think from what you told me, it's about a poker game. Like the poker
Mhm,
game Two's Up.
mhm.
My God, and a lot of people knock this album down. And I can't seem to figure out why. Like, this album's really good. It's underrated as hell.
I mean, yeah, like you said, like it's kind of underrated. I mean, I put it at my number five, but like that doesn't say shit. So,
Like, I just have a very
so
big soft spot for this album. It's one of the only albums that I listened to twice. Like, before this week, there's only two albums I listened to twice. This one and my number one, which we're going to get to momentarily. But my God, this album just is amazing. I really don't know how people can knock it down. It's underrated as hell. I love, I love everything about it. Like, it's chef's kiss.
mwah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, the moment you've all been waiting for, our number ones. All right, Dystro, what is your number one?
My number one is Black Ice. All right,
Wow. Okay, okay. And of course, my number one is the underrated Fly on the Wall.
there it is. I
Man,
okay. I knew it was kind of gonna be your number one because you have a soft spot for that one as well.
I'm gonna let you talk about yours first because mine's gonna be a little long.
Oh, okay. So Black Ice for me was like I remember owning a Black Ice t-shirt.
Wow.
And yes, I know. But like I hadn't listened to the album. I was like, oh, okay, cool. AC/DC. I was like, I'm gonna wear it. Fuck yeah. Um, and like I did not know going into I did not like do any research on it. I did not do like anything on it, like the sales or anything. I just knew like I was like, okay, it's AC/DC. What could go wrong? Nothing went wrong. I was I was just like blown away by the production. Like I think we had listened to one of the older albums before going into Black Ice, I believe, or something, right? Something like
Something
that.
like that.
And I was like, wow, that's a major difference from like that album to this album. Um, like there's like not one song that I did not skip when I listened to it the second time. Um, but it was just like, man, it's so fucking good. I love it so much. I was kind of torn between putting Black Ice at number one, and then I was kind of torn to put Highway to Hell at number one.
Both are very respectable decisions. And
Yeah, I was like, oh god, I'm gonna hate myself, but I put Highway to Hell at number two, and Black Ice are number one. So I
What's
just
crazy is like when we did our album pilgrimage, we had separated all these albums into different rounds. We had like 5 albums for round one, and then 6 albums for round two, and another 6 albums for round three. Black Ice was in round three, so it was one of the last albums we'd listened to on our little pilgrimage.
yeah, because we wanted it to be the last album for round three, but we didn't.
Yeah, unfortunately, well, fortunately, I should say, the last album we listened to was Blow Up Your Video.
Yeah, so
And
I
then my number one, which was Fly on the Wall, that was in round one.
yeah, that was way early
That
on.
was early. That was like in the fall. Like, oh man.
Yeah, because the first album that we listened to was God damn it, it had like TNT.
What are you thinking about?
I'm trying to think of the first album that we listened to.
High voltage.
High Voltage. Thank you. Hey, the MS stuff is kind of messing with me sometimes, so bear with me,
It's all
folks.
good. We went from high voltage to power up. Literally, the first and very last albums were
Yeah,
our first 2 albums we had to listen to.
I was like, all right, well, all right.
I mean, it's kind of cool, you know?
Yeah, it's like we got to hear the first sound and then their current sound.
So while it's on my mind, which song would you recommend from Black Ice? Oh, wait, I got an idea. Money Made.
Well, yeah, obviously. I mean, that's my heel theme right there.
Your Jimmy John's theme.
Jimmy John's theme.
When you have a gimmick that you work at Jimmy John's for us.
It just throws off the hat. It's like, fuck yeah. No.
You're fucking like you're like passing out coupons to the crowd to get a free sub.
Rank up those points, fuckers.
The free number one, the what is
The
it?
Pepe.
I almost said the PB.
The PP.
Oh god. Okay.
Look at the Jeffrey Jets.
Okay. So I'm gonna get to my number one, Fly on the Wall. Now, this one. Oh my god. Again, this was one of our first ones that we listened to on the start of the pilgrimage. I was very nervous going into this album because I heard so many like mixed things about this album.
Mhm.
But once we listened to it, like right at the first fucking song, my mouth was just in awe. Like I loved like yes, the production was not there, but the sound, it's just so raw and crisp and I love it. Like it's so good. Like there's so many bangers on that album. Like Sink the Pink, Shake Your Foundations, Stand Up. I personally my favorite track was the closing track, Send for the Man. Even though not a lot of people like that one, I do. I like how it fades off. It's so good. This is the one of the other albums I've listened to more than once on my own. I've actually listened to this album 3 times on my own. Once in the car with my dad because I have the CD now, thanks to
Mhm.
Dystro. I have
Mhm.
that CD, and I hurried up and put it in my dad's car because I wanted to hear it on, car speakers. My freaking god, it sounds awesome. It sounds
Mhm.
absolutely amazing. Again, I get it. I get why not a lot of people would put this at the number one, but because of the production, poor production and stuff. And when we say poor production, in this case, if you go and listen to that album and you listen to Back in Black, if you compare the production on those 2 albums, with Fly on the Wall, you can barely hear Brian Johnson's vocals. Like you can hear them, but they're not as
Crisp.
like crisp. Like yeah, like they're not as like front forward kind of thing as
Mhm.
compared to Back in Black from 1980. Um, Obviously that album's a banger too, but
Mhm.
yeah, with Fly on the Wall, the production was not there. It's another like situation with Flick of the Switch. However, I did not like Flick of the Switch. I really did not. Um,
Whereas I loved it.
but man, Fly on the Wall is my baby, and I have told my friends this not only on my own server but on the ACDC server that I'm a part of. I have told my friends this. This is my baby. This album is my life. I'm actually kind of due to go back and listen to it. I haven't listened to it since the fall, since autumn, when it was hunting season up here. So I'm way overdue to go listen to it. So I might do that this weekend. I think maybe I'll do that. But there you have it, guys. That is going to wrap up our official ACDC album ranking. How did we do, guys? Did you guys agree? Was anybody surprised? I was a little surprised with Dystro's, not gonna lie.
I
But
was a little surprised with yours, but mostly some of the picks that you put, I was like, okay, well, that's obvious sort of ones. Like Fly on the Wall and Blow Your Face. Like I kind of knew those were gonna be like very top because those two are like cemental to you.
yeah, they're
And
literally they're cemented in my brain for life. They're sedimental. Like I just yes. Now I have a question for you. We're gonna make this episode a little bit longer. I have a question for you, Dystro. Are you ready?
okay.
So, starting with numbers 17 to 11 on our list. If you had to pick an album to listen to again, what would it be? So, if you
From
have your do you have your list
17.
out? I think you do.
Yes, I do. I
Okay.
have it in front of me. So from pick one from 17 to 11.
Yeah, which one would you give another chance slash re-listen to again?
Um, you know what? Since I had kind of like broke your heart with it, I'll give For Those About to Rock We Salute You another chance.
Oh, bless your soul. Bless your
You have
soul.
been blessed, my child.
Now, I would have said Ball Breaker, but I just listened to that last night.
Yeah, the other
So,
night.
and my feelings remain unchanged for that. So I kind of have to go with a different one. For me, I would probably go with High Voltage. I would re-listen to that again just because it has been very, very long since we've
Yeah.
listened to that. That was really our first album. So I am kind of due to re-listen to it again, give it another shot. I didn't hate it. It's just like it's not memorable for me.
Right.
All right, so moving on to numbers 10 to 6. What album would you give another chance slash re-listen to again?
Um. I would give maybe Razor's Edge another listen to again.
All right, that's a good choice. Razor's Edge is really good. I love that album. I feel like it fits in a lot of people's top 5. Like that's based off of what I've seen and heard from friends of mine. Um, but I personally love that album, not just from like general audience perspective. This is from my perspective. I love that album. It's really really good. All right, for me, I would give Powerage another chance because I feel like that album I didn't pay as much attention to as the others when it came to talking about it to you guys. So I feel like I'd give that one another chance, and I've heard nothing but good stuff about it from my friends as well. It's another one of Bond's greatest works. Um, I think I might give that one another chance. Maybe I should put that one on my list too to listen to this weekend. All right, and then our top 5. What would you re-listen to again?
I would actually re-listen to like I would actually like want to re-listen to Highway to Hell again because it's
I was
like
gonna say the same thing.
because Highway to Hell is like it's such a good album. Like I mean I know not a lot of people probably like would say it is, but I mean shit, I don't give a shit what some people think. It's like it's what I think.
All
It's
right,
like it's my
I would
perspective.
totally listen to that again. I agree with you on that. Just because I haven't heard it in a little bit. I would have said Black Ice, but I already listened to that as well this week.
Hmm.
And quick little note, I just realized I've listened to my top 3. Each of those albums I've listened to more than once since the pilgrimage. I just realized that because number 3, Razor's Edge, I got that for an album exchange in my server. Thanks, Mac.
Right.
um, so I got to listen to that again, which was very nice to hear. So yeah, literally my top 3 I have listened to more than once since the pilgrimage, which that should tell you all a story right there. I love those albums.
And also, little sidebar here. I am actually wearing an ACDC shirt, and it's for those about to rock. We salute you.
It's a sign you need to re-listen to it, Dystro.
It's a sign.
Anyways, so yeah, that will conclude our excuse me, our album ranking for ACDC. I hope you guys enjoyed However, we're not done with ACDC completely just yet on the channel. We still have other stuff coming up. I have another episode of random ranking for ACDC coming up in the next month or so, as well as we're going to revisit our. I think we're revisiting it, right? And we must be. Yeah.
For
The
yes.
ACDC songs, we're going to do another
Mhm.
episode. We're going to revisit our old episode we did last year where we chose our top 10 favorite ACDC songs of all time. And at this time, of course, we hadn't even started the pilgrimage. We just knew the basics. And I knew some deep cuts as well, just through my dad. Um, so we're going to revisit that and we're going to rank our songs again. Like we're going to, do our own personal rankings again and compare them to what we did last year. So that'll be coming up as well in the next month or two. So stay tuned for that. ACDC is not completely out of the books yet for everybody. I don't think it ever will be because I think we're going to continue the random ranking stuff for a while, but we're going to bring in some new groups very soon. We are almost done our Blink 182 pilgrimage, so we are going to have some Blink 182 stuff coming to the channel. I am very, very excited.
Yeah, because like when we first started it, it was like we started on neighborhoods, and
Yep.
then tonight we're doing take off your pants and jacket, and then next week we've got dude ranch, and then we're done.
Yeah, we are literally just about done. And speaking of neighborhoods, we actually broke down that album already on the channel. So if you guys want
Hmm.
to go check that out, please do so. Probably one of my favorite albums by Blink. I don't want to say too much yet because we still have 2 albums to go. Um,
Hmm.
yeah, and after this, in March, we're starting our Def Leppard pilgrimage. So that is
Oh
going
boy.
to be a blast. I'm so excited.
And plus, like I've said in previous episodes, I'm the novice here. She's the vet over Def Leppard here.
I literally sent you a Def Leppard song earlier
Yeah,
tonight
Gods of War, and yeah.
from Hysteria. It came up on my playlist tonight. I'm like, oh, I gotta show Dystro this one. Like, that's like a top 5 for me right there. That song is really good. But yeah, we also got Def Leppard stuff coming to the channel in the next few months. That pilgrimage is going to take a while. There are 12
Oh yeah, that's
albums,
gonna
and we're
that's gonna
doing
take
one
a while.
album each Thursday, so that's going to take a little bit, but it's all right. We'll have fun. All right, so our next episode for Sunday, we may possibly have a guest coming to the show, actually making his appearance again on the show. We will not reveal that to you guys until Sunday. Hopefully he's on with us that night. He's currently feeling a little under the weather. We hope he gets better. Sunday we are wrapping up Nostalgia Days. Sad face.
It was so young.
That was literally the first big series we started on the channel. We
Hmm.
started that last year. We've had so many guests for that series. Probably one of my favorite series we've done to date. It's just brought back so many good feelings inside. And we are wrapping up with Tech Days. We're going to talk about anything that has to do with technology from the 2000s. Oh boy, bring out the Blackberries, the Blackberry phone.
Yeah, that's gonna nostalgic, no pun intended, but like it's gonna be kind
Bittersweet.
of bittersweet because it's like that was our first official series that we started, and now it's gonna be ending. It's like you it's like go to elementary school for the first time, and then it's like what? But then when you graduate, it's like where'd the time go? Like,
I know. And like I said, that series we had a lot of guests on. I had friends from school on that series. My own relative, my cousin, one of my cousins was on one of our
Nate.
episodes for that as well. Yeah, Nate was with us. We've had a lot of guests for that series in particular, and it felt really good to bring some of my classmates slash family members onto the show, who I grew up with, who I got to know over the years. It felt really, really good to bring them on the show. And I just want to say thank you for those of you who are listening right now. You know who you are. Thank you for joining me for Nostalgia Days. I really would like to get some of these people back on the show. One of them, like I said, is coming back. So I'm very excited. And like you said, it's going to be very, very bittersweet. And I hope you guys join us. Yeah, I'm ready. And
It's
now
it
we have tonight's
song of
song
the night.
of the night brought to you by Mr. Die
Dystro.
Kingstro.
Ty Kingstro.
What? That's your fucking Xbox name.
I know. But... All right. Um. So, um, since yes, we are on an AC/DC thing. I'm just gonna break away from that for a little bit. Since we are on the Blink 182 journey,
Blink.
Blink. Um, I am gonna go with the Blink 182 song. Yes, I know, shocker. Um, I'm gonna go with "Man Overboard."
Man Overboard. Which album is that from? Am
It's
I forgetting?
from it's from the Mark Travis and Tom Strikes Back like live album. It's from their live album, but it's not an actual live song.
Oh wait, okay, I know what you're talking about now.
Hmm.
So it was released in 2000. Okay, I know what you're talking about. Now, this song, I guess, is about the departure of their former drummer.
Yeah, because Scott Renner, yeah, like he was kind of like forced out of the group, um, because Travis was coming in, um, and yeah, like it's kind of like it's a good song. It's really good. It's very catchy. It's very fast paced, very Blink.
There's
Um,
actually more to this. So he wasn't just like, forced out, he was booted out due to his
yeah,
alcohol substance abuse.
I mean, yeah. I mean, that's what happens when you're kind of young.
Yeah,
Like,
he was under alcohol abuse, so he was fired.
yeah, it's that's a good way to put it.
So
It's like,
there's tonight's song of the night, Man Overboard by Blink 182. I will get a link up on the top right hand corner of the episode. It'll be towards the end. Go ahead and click on that if you guys want to take a listen. I haven't heard this one yet either, so I might have to listen to this one as well this weekend.
it's really good.
Alright, so if you guys by clicking on the link in the description below, which will take you to update that. I got some stuff I need to add on the link tree.
Yeah.
Alright, so we got Dystro's YouTube channel. So, yeah.
Yeah.
And then we have TikTok. So, can't upload. Thanks for listening. Here to
Peace. You're kind of cutting out, Marissa. Hello?